Hey there, TPT seller. Today I'm diving into the essential tips and strategies that's going to help you grow your Teachers Pay Teachers store. Without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so before we get into the nitty gritty and talk about details, let's talk about mindset. Understand that the time and effort you invest in building your TPT shop will be significant, but it's worth it. Now, my favorite part is that in this whole process is that we get to pick the products that will actually help us in our own classroom while we make them that helps our own students, but we are also learning new and valuable skills that actually help us to get paid. I think that's really cool. All right, so now let's talk about building a strong foundation for our TPT store. First, consider choosing a name that actually includes the keywords that your target customers or target audience are actually searching for. So if you're a speech and language pathologist teacher or you're a Mandarin teacher, actually put one of those keywords in the title of your account name. And then second, you're probably going to want to upgrade to a premium Teachers Pay Teachers seller account. And then third, always make sure before you really start adding a lot of products, make sure that you've read the TPT terms of service just to avoid any issues further down the line. All right, so now also remember that your products are the heart of your shop. And so what you want to do is focus on creating high quality resources that you've either used in your own classroom or you wish you had so that you can use them in the future. So aim to make, 100 or, even 50 products before you really, you don't want to be let down. It really does take time. So make products fast and at a high quality. And then you can use the data that you get as a TPT seller in order to evaluate how this is all going. Now, also remember that consistent creation is really important, not only for making sales, but just keeping a schedule of when you're going to create and when you're going to upload so that you actually give your own self a timeline and a time frame. All right, now next, let's talk about getting found. And this is my own personal favorite, and it's why we created the search engine optimization or SEO tools here at Teachers Boost, because we all know that if you have the best product in your niche, but it's not, the title isn't SEO optimized, the product description isn't like great, it doesn't describe what you made, then people aren't going to find it. And if people don't find it, you're never going to make sales. And so that's why we created the Teachers Boost tool, where you can actually go ahead and search the current trending topics, and they will give you the keyword competition, and the higher the number, the more competitive it is. Now, of course, if I reload the page and let's just say that I only do want to search to kind of like see what's popular for third grade math division worksheet, then if that's my idea of what I want to create, then I'm going to want to use an SEO tool to make sure that, for example, we can see a gigantic difference of the competition rate. I have so much higher of a chance if my product title is, for example, third grade division worksheets rather than third grade math worksheets. And that actually makes sense, right? Because division is more niche than just math worksheets. So you want to use data and analytics before you put in the time and effort to make sure that your product actually has a chance at ranking. All right, so let's keep on going. Next, remember about marketing. It's not just about putting your product out there and hoping that TPT does its job and markets your product. You're going to want to actively market your store. So think building an email list, a blog, a YouTube channel, or using Pinterest. And specifically, I really like the email list because you get to keep those contacts. And so just in case you've never been to teachersboost.com, remember that every single week we produce a TPT seller newsletter. We have over 800 pro TPT sellers on our subscriber list right now, and we just provide helpful content that helps you, build your TPT store every single week. All right, so if you haven't already, make sure to go to teachersboost.com and put your info in to join our newsletter. All right, so market your material. Next up, what we want to talk about is never stop learning, right? if you're a TPT seller and you've kind of put your stick in the ground and say, hey, I want this to work, then you're going to want to join seller focused Facebook groups. Listen to the podcast. There's a lot of great TPT seller podcasters out there doing a great job. A lot of YouTubers out there providing helpful information. And what you want to do is you want to stay a lifelong learner and keep, evolving as the platform does too. So without further ado, I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching. This has been your roadmap to success. Make sure that you get the data and the strategies that you need to grow your own TPT shop by visiting teachersboost.com, and I'll see you in future videos.